Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 67. So in today's video, we will actually cover the last topic only. However, the last topic where we calculated how to get the count of your child records if your brain level is parent, and that time we use data flow. And today we will perform the same exercise. However, this time we are going to utilize recipe. Okay, that's the thing. So uh, let's jump back into it. So let me first of all open my Analytics Studio. Okay. Uh, Here, let me go to data manager, then manage data flow. And finally, under data flows and recipe, let me create a new recipe. Let me name it as free session 9. Okay, while saving it, I will name it. So here, firstly, let me filter it out by Salesforce object. Okay. And here, firstly, let me select account of course. And from here, let me select ID, name, and I think industry will be enough. Yeah, let me search over here instead of industry. Okay, that's fine. And also let me select opportunity. Yeah, let me also select opportunity. And from opportunity, what I can do is I can select ID, name, and stage name as well. Okay, and let me click on, and I also need to select account ID. Okay, let me click on next. Fine. Now, of course, as I told you, like whichever you want it on the right, you have to drag that object and then place it on the other one. So since I'm dragging from opportunity, and I think I've explained you completely on this part when I was explaining the joiners. Okay. Anyways, not an issue. Here, let me write join account and op. Okay. Let me apply. Now, let me go for lookup. That's completely fine. And maybe I will go for lookup multiple values. Okay. That is also completely fine. Fine. Let me click on apply. Now, what I will do is I will click on this plus button over here. I will add a transform node. Okay, just like I did over there. So I will just go to this custom formula. Fine. And what I will do is let me just expand this, and I will just map a number one over here. Okay. And here the output will be number. That's fine. Okay. And uh, precision is 10. That's, I mean, we don't need 10. Okay. Maybe we can give it as 3, but even with 10 that wouldn't have mattered much. Okay, and let me give the label as count of opportunities. Okay, and let me copy this in my API name as well. Cool. Let me click on apply. Fine, maybe I can give some appropriate name. Okay. Okay, now let me give a data set. Fine, let me go to output node. That is fine. This is data set. Okay, now let me write it as uh, count of op when grain is account. Okay, count of, I think that's completely fine. And since I'm doing it on recipe, we already have a recipe data set, right? So I will save it on my recipe data set. It will become easier for me to check it out as well. Okay, and as a best practice, as I tell you, always give some appropriate name. Okay, so let me write it as um, join AC and op data set. Okay, join ACC and op data set. That's completely fine. Okay, now let's just let me clean up the notes a bit. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the opportunity. I'm calculating the count of opportunities. Fine, and I'm just mapping a number one. That's it. Okay, and then the join, I'm taking it as left as account. Okay, and the join keys are appropriately mapped. Okay, here let me write it as opportunity. Fine. The means the right columns has to be specified as opportunity dot name, opportunity dot stage name. Okay, and I think that's it. Let me check if the count is there or not. Okay, count of options also. As you can see here, you're also able to see that 5. Okay. So now let me click on save and run. And as I was mentioning, I think let me check once what will be the, it will be free session 9, I feel, right? Free session 9. Okay. So let me name it as free session 9. Okay. So it is in running mode now. Let's go to monitor. Okay. Let us monitor this. Okay. Okay. So friends, this ran successfully. And now let me go to browse section. Let me go to my apps. Let me go to my recipe dataset. And let me open this dataset. Okay. And if I open my account name, fine. And if I go for sum of count of opportunities, okay. And let me sort it out by descending order. Okay. So as you can see, it's showing me the same result that was showing me in the earlier session for data flow. Okay. This is the way to calculate. And in this way, you can find for others as well. Okay. For example, over here, let's say I go for account and contact. Okay. So let me take contact from here. So let me take ID, account ID, and maybe I can take name. Fine. I think that is enough for me. Huh? Uh, lead source maybe one last. And yeah, I didn't take account. Let me take an account freshly. That's completely fine. So I'm taking account here. I'm taking my ID, name, and let's say I take industry from here. Okay. Let me click on next. Okay. So again, as I told you, uh, just join this. Fine. And again, this will be like lookup multiple value. This is contact, which is fine. Account ID is the mapping key. Let me click on apply. 1 minute. And over here, what I'm going to do is I will click on this plus button, transform node. I will go for custom formula and I will just map this number called 1. Okay. Let me write it here. That's fine. Why, what is happening here? Okay, the output type will be number and let me name it as 3 as of now. Let me click on apply. Okay. So here this will be join account and contact, right? And maybe I can just copy this name from there and map it over here. Okay. So I'll go for this output node. Count of contacts. Fine. And the app where I will need to share is my recipe data set. Okay. So and let me write join ACC and contact data set. Okay. 1 minute, sorry. Let me write over here join ACC and contact data set. So that's completely fine. Now let me just clean up the notes. Okay. And let me write here calculating count of contacts. Okay. I think that's it as of now. Fine. And I think in the join I've given enable that checkbox as well. So now let me click on save and run. Okay. And finally, let me just monitor this as well. Okay, so this ran successfully, and now let me just go to again recipe dataset. Fine, it's already here. Let me refresh this maybe so that the dataset comes over here. Yeah. This is the one. Okay. And once again, if I take sum of count of contacts, and if I take my account name, okay, and maybe if I can sort this out in descending order. So as you can see here, this particular account has three contacts. Others have zero. Unfortunately, I think I should have put a few contacts. Okay, but let's see this map and leaf. For example, if I go to accounts, okay, and if I open this map and leaves and gadgets, fine. You can see there are three contacts over here, right? Sarabra, and that's what we are shown over there. Let me click on view. Yeah, there are three. Okay, and maybe what I can do is very quickly I can create maybe one contact for this one. Okay, since we were already dealing with this, let me click on new. Fine, and let me just give some name. Okay, for example, uh, let me give it as, or I think I have a much better idea. Let me go to contacts. Let me see a few list of contacts. Okay, so let me just get this test contact one and let me map one account over there. Okay, so let me take it as Fowler. Yeah, Fowler 322 incorporation. Let me click on save. Okay, that's one thing. And also let me take this test contact two. Okay, let me go to details, and in the account name, let me map it as Fowler 322 incorporation once again. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is probably I will just go to my connect. Fine. So I have to go to connect. Okay, I will first of all run my account. I don't need to run the account. Okay, I need to. Let me click on data sync. That's fine. I'm clicking on run full sync. Let me go to connect once again. Let me go for contact here. Let me run the data sync. Okay. And once this sync runs, what I will do is I will run the recipe once again. Okay. So for now, let's monitor this. And in the meanwhile, what I'm going to do is probably I will save this data set. Okay. So let me write it here. Okay. So that I don't need to again restructure newly. Let me click on save. Okay, and let me check right now if it ran successfully or not. So it ran successfully, and now once again, let me click on save and run for this recipe. And now let's monitor this. Okay, so yeah, let's monitor this. Okay, as you can see, this recipe ran successfully, and now what I'm going to do, I will just refresh this. Okay, and as you can see, it's showing me three contacts over here as well as two contacts over here, which is completely fine. So it's actually showing me the appropriate results. Okay, so yeah, that's it about this video. Please definitely do like, share, and subscribe. And let's meet very soon in our next video. Thank you.